Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the switch. This is an off-on switch. This is more about control of the power, not protection against overvoltage or something like that. What you're interested in here is being able to simply come in and say, the power is off, and this shuts the system down. It cuts off all the inflow, and it doesn't allow any of the systems to operate because the battery is now disconnected. Then you can flip it back on, and you'll notice that everything starts back up, including the inverter. Now, this is a very small system, and it only requires one switch. A lot of systems have disconnect power for safety. They have this so that it's easy and convenient to work on. And a lot of times in a house, it's required to have disconnect systems in order to allow firefighters and other safety equipment to work on it. Some systems even have more than one switch. Having more than one switch may control the power coming from the charge controller, or to multiple charge controllers, or even to inverters or multiple inverters. DC switches are not the same as AC switches. Arcs are very difficult to control with DC, so make sure that your rated DC switch matches the voltage of the battery that you're using and the amperage that you need to be able to extinguish or stop. Always turn off the switch with the least amount of amperage or wattages flowing through it. You don't want to just use this to turn things off even when there's tons of power there. Even though the switch is rated for that, it can be very hard on the contacts. Having the switch control whether the battery is on or off is one of the most important things, but it's not the only thing it can be used for. Keep in mind also that a switch does not replace a fuse or a breaker. A fuse or a breaker can be used to protect you against overcurrent. In other words, when too much current is pulled through a fuse or a breaker, it will disconnect the service. This is a manual disconnect, and it is not a replacement for a fuse or breaker. Breaker can also act as a switch, but a switch cannot act as a breaker. Turning off the power to a system like this does have the proper order. So first you want to shut off the loads that go to the inverter, then you want to shut the inverter off itself, then you want to shut the battery off, and then you want to shut the solar panels off. But all systems should have labels. You notice I was very careful to label all the positive wires very cautiously to make sure that there is no confusion. But this should also have a battery disconnect label. If you had a switch over here, you'd have a solar disconnect label. You may have an inverter disconnect label. All of your switches should be labeled to make it clear to everyone else in addition to you. In case it's needed to be shut off in a case of an emergency, you may not be around. Wires, fuses, breakers, and switches, along with shunts and bus bars, are an integral part of a solar system. All of these devices play a very important role in keeping you safe, making your solar system safe. And even if you're not in an environment that requires you to follow code or to get an inspection, that does not mean that you should be reckless, careless, or have disregard for safety. Safety is one of the most important aspects of building a good, safe solar system. I encourage you to strive for only the safest environment that you can create. If at any time you feel like you're unsure or you don't know what you're doing or are uncomfortable making such a decision, please consult a professional. Electricians and engineers play an important role in keeping you safe, keeping our environment safe, and making these devices available to the general public to do a do-it-yourself type system. But that does not exclude us from being safe and being responsible when building these systems. I encourage you to involve them when necessary, to ask for their advice if you have problems. but at the same time, build your system. And I hope you stay powered for many years to come. Thanks for watching. I hope this series is helpful to you. There are 5 videos in part 2 of this series, and there are 4 videos in part 1 of this series. All links will be included in all 5 of the videos of part 2, and I hope they help you, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.